Trump is back. Trump is back. I am black. Trump is back. Okay, guys, I've sent you a
Make
Trump hat.
America great again.
Okay, but I bought something special for Trump. It's Babancourt Haitian
Oh
whiskey.
my God,
In
IT
Africa, we
rum.
respect in Africa we respect our elders and the ancestors. So I'm pouring for the ancestors, and
Yeah.
I'm also gonna pray for Biden because Biden is gonna be ancestor within a few weeks.
Yes.
He's the worst. He's the worst. Even on CNN, they said he's the most, as in the least most popular president. He has, I think they said he has like 25% in his
Absolute
rating or
rubbish.
something.
Okay, so let's start like this. So this is the Trump show, and we're going to be here for 4 years, even beyond that, and we're going to give honor to Trump. Let's start off by talking about how Biden was the most pathetic president of all time. Here's why I say so. He started a war against Russia. That wasn't a war against Ukraine. It was a war against Russia in which we used American money to pay the Ukrainians to fight Russia. And on top of that, it was a war against Europe because the US made Germany, Britain, France, all these countries put sanctions in Europe. Now those countries are falling apart. In Britain, people are cold. They're starving because of their war against Russia for America. Biden is a fucking disgrace. Second thing he did, Biden will be remembered as the US president who helped Israel with a genocide just as bad as the Nazis. And to give credit, as soon as Trump comes in office, there's a ceasefire. So this shows you good riddance, Biden. You kill Muslims, you kill Palestinians, you fight Russians, you kill Americans because you're killing Americans by sending American tax money to Ukraine. They pay for Ukrainian people's teeth, for their health care, for their politicians, so that they can fight Russians. But Americans are killing each other. Black guys are killing each other with machine guns. We're dying from drugs, and we have problems. And our tax money is going because you want to do money laundering because your son was involved in Ukraine war weapons. Fuck you, Biden. What do you have to say, Saeed? Yeah.
Yeah, I think all what you said is right because I think I think majority of Americans can now see that the propaganda the legacy media has been propagating for a while now. It is now becoming clearer to them that these people don't have the masses at heart. Like you
No.
can see all these projects are just white whale project, like something that is not going to impact them. Look at your inflation, look at your borders, look at your economy, look at the military. Your military now if not for your past record, your military now is more like a joke with the transgender and like your military is
Yeah.
kind of weak now. You
They're
understand?
worried about
So, and the
transgender,
world
but
has seen, the world
they're
is
not worried
seeing this.
about school. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, so the world is seeing this, like, what are you guys doing? Because you can see a lot of during this Biden era, a lot of African presidents and African leaders, they are just doing how they like because there is no American president to caution them or something. So they
Yeah.
all know that they can find their way, they can lobby their way to because anything you can lobby the Biden presidency and you
No,
get what you
you
want.
can't lobby Trump. And let me tell you something, I don't agree with everything Trump does.
Yeah.
So for example, within 2 days, they're gonna start kicking out foreign people with illegal immigrants. They're targeting people from Venezuela and Mexico because of the drugs. So to me, it's good and bad. But my thing is that whether Trump's activities are good or bad, at least he's acting from his own principle. And also, they always say
Exactly.
a bad decision is better than no decision. Biden did nothing. He just sit down there like Moo. What do you think
Yeah, exactly. It did
Falabi?
nothing.
Yeah, yeah,
I agree with you. The one that even really annoys me is his diplomatic stance towards the conflict between Israel and Hamas. Very ineffective. He failed to restrain Israel from aggression in Gaza, and it prolonged the conflict longer than whatever it was supposed to be. And then if you look at Afghanistan again, the chaotic withdrawal of US troops in 2021, it left a vacuum in Afghanistan. Now the Taliban now took over, tarnishing America's global credibility. The guy is just really messing up.
And
Inflation.
also, Afolabi, he just messed up Syria. So Assad had to flee Syria, but he doesn't have a program to cover. He doesn't have a program to cover the void in Syria. So now you will start to see terrorists rise in Syria. What do you think, Afolabi? Then I think Saeed wants to take up on that point too. What do you think, Afolabi?
Yes, I agree with you. The Syria case, the Afghanistan case, look at what you have plugged the Afghanistan people into. The Taliban have swiftly taken over, and America's legacy in that place has been tarnished. Inflation
And there were a lot of Afghanistanis who helped America. And America said, oh, we can't help you now. And they're being killed by the Taliban because the U.S. didn't honor. They said, if you help us fight Taliban, when this thing is over, we'll give you visas. They're stranded there. Fuck these guys, man. What do you think, Falabi, before we go
and then
to Saeed?
It wasn't as firm as Trump was on the strategy on China. Biden's handling of China, particularly on trade and human rights issues, has been inconsistent. You know, with
Yeah.
China, you understand the competition, the post-American market. So you have to be firm on this kind of thing. And then this fossil fuel development, the thing just died under Biden, and it led to higher energy costs, cost of electricity, reduced energy and
Okay.
stuff. So rising cost of commodities and the standard of living.
Oh, yeah, it's a big mess. So thank you. So I think, Saeed, there was a point you wanted to make before we get to the show proper. What was it? Yeah.
I think the propaganda,
Also, you
like
guys, I'm
the
angry at you
legacy
guys. You
media.
don't have Trump hat. So where's your Trump hat? Sorry. Go ahead. I'm
We
kidding
are
you.
in
I'm joking. Go ahead.
Nigeria now. We are
Go
in
ahead. Go ahead.
Nigeria, though. But we
Yeah,
beat
you have to buy a hat
Trump
and write Trump
here.
on it. Buy white hats, paint it
Yeah.
red. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, Saeed. I'm just having fun. Today is a fun show. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Yeah.
So as I was saying, now the Democrats and the Biden presidency, they are claiming democracy. They are still claiming democracy is they're under attack,
Story
and they are saying
democracy.
they are now saying that they don't know if Trump is going to weaponize his Department of Justice to go after some Democrat or any opposing voice. And I'm like, isn't that the same thing you guys did all through, like for the last 4 years, going after
They
Trump
tried to charge him for
one
crimes which he
to
didn't commit.
another case? Now you
Yeah.
are now scared that he might do the same thing to you.
No, don't mind him. So let's get started with our story. So we'll go to the first thing. So it's very clear that this guy has messed up. Biden messed up. And he thinks that
He messed
he
up big
allowed so
time.
many Muslim children to die in Palestine. Then on his last day, they signed treaty so he can take credit. No, fuck you. You lost. And you know that you can't make money off of killing kids in Palestine anymore. And when Trump comes in, it's not going to be a world of war. Trump, I'm not saying Trump is a good person, but he's not a killer the way that Biden is. All these wars. Now the Israel-Palestine war is over and the Russia war is over thanks to Trump. But to me, what Trump represents is America waking up and saying, you don't do. We have to move on to a new thing. And the only good thing about Trump is that he knows what America wants and so is now to transition away from this bullshit. What do you think, Afolabi?
Exactly.
I agree with
No, go ahead. No. Let since this guy jumped in, let him finish his thought. Finish your thought, Saeed.
No,
Yeah.
so like I was just trying to continue from where you stopped. Like, isn't that what government is all about? Doing what the
Yeah.
people want.
Follow the
Like, you
will.
know what the people
Check
want,
the
so do
temperature.
it. So instead of
Governor,
your own
the
agenda
government
and
should be
all
a
that.
gauge. It should be a gauge which fills what the people want. Then you give them. But also, there's give and take. If you're a president, you have to chop small. You have to have a little bit of corruption. But at the same time, you have to give us what we want. The same way Babangida gave us the bridge, even though he's corrupt. At least he gave us a bridge. So my thing is that Trump has to serve the people, not because he's a good person, but because if he doesn't serve the people, they will do what they did to Biden and Harris. They won't vote for him again. What do you
But
think,
we
Afolabi?
all know that
Oh
we
no,
all know that
go
it's
ahead,
not
Saeed.
going to end up like Biden, though.
No. Gone are the days of war. Now America will still have problems because I think Trump wants to cut education and things like that. But this problem of us spending all this money on these stupid wars all over the world, trying to fight Russia when Russia's not our enemy. The last time
Yeah.
I know, Trump was shaking hands with Kim Jong-il from North Korea, and the Americans were attacking.
And
Why
another
would you
thing,
attack?
and another
Hold
thing,
on.
another thing.
Hold on. Let me. Here's my point. Why would you insult the U.S. president for shaking hands with a country that has nuclear weapons, which could kill Americans? So it means he's a peacemaker. What were you going to say? I'll get back
He's
to
a
you.
peacemaker, exactly.
Yeah. What do you think,
Go
Falabi?
on.
We'll get back to you, Said. What are your thoughts, Falabi? Yeah.
So basically, I think I agree with you guys. And another thing I've noticed is that the crime rate in major cities like Philadelphia, LA, Baltimore, Atlanta, Georgia, San Francisco has risen under Biden's stewardship.
Biden, yes. Yep.
This one area that I feel Trump will really address. Biden's policies has been at best mediocre. You know, Biden's tenure has been linked to
I
policy.
have what it is. Follow me. Biden is laissez-faire. Trump will be law and order. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yes, there's been inadequate federal intervention in some of these crimes. And if you look at the statistics, it's really risen under Biden. This is one area I feel Trump will be more decisive.
Okay. And also, follow me. So let me give a warning. So I think under Trump,
LA and Nevada, Las Vegas.
yeah. So I'm gonna, because you know me, I like Trump, but I always play both sides. So what Trump is going to do is he's gonna stamp down on crime. You'll see less black people getting killed. You'll see less crime in black neighborhoods. But here's my problem. He's only addressing the crime. He's not going to address the economic issues in black neighborhoods. So what's going to happen is that the crime will go down, but blacks will still be suffering. And I think, like they say, Stephen Biko said, "Black man, you're on your own. Not even Trump can help you." I know Saeed is going to disagree, but before we go to Saeed, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to disagree with you.
Yeah, but let Afolabi say his own point.
think,
Let Afolabi say his point first, then I'll let you disagree. Go ahead. Yeah. What do you think, Afolabi? Yeah.
Well, basically, I think one thing about Trump is that he's very assertive and he doesn't speak from both sides of his mouth. Look at the LGBTQ stuff. It was very, very decisive. There are only two genders in America. I'm going to sign an executive order, male.
Yes, yes. So, and Afolabi, this goes back to what you say. He's decisive. If his decision is bad, it's better than no decision.
Exactly.
You get my point? So let's have a rule.
He doesn't sit on the fence. He's decisive.
No, sitting on the fence allows the whole world to burn.
Exactly.
Take your decision. So like now, if Trump makes the wrong decision, the American people will let him know, and then he'll have to readjust. Okay, let's go back to Saeed. I know Saeed had several things he wants to talk about. Go ahead, Saeed. Yeah.
No, like I think a lot of people are getting Trump wrong. They even when Trump is trying to implement the policy or even talking about a policy, it's not as if what he's saying is the last conclusion on it. He's a very good negotiator. You understand? So if he says, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, that doesn't mean that you can't negotiate with him, or if he sees a better argument, he won't go with it. That's why I like Trump.
You know what I believe? I believe. So thank you, because I believe what you're saying is that he'll compromise. He'll compromise.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm
compromise means compromise means give and take. It doesn't mean my way or no way.
Yeah, like if he knows this thing is not working, he's gonna work on his word. Okay, it's not working. So let's do another thing. So on the black black community that you're talking about, what is this community over there? Mayors doing? What are the governors doing? I think what Trump is just
in their cities, their local government, give
you what you need to succeed. Yeah,
their local government.
So it's not left for the mayors and the governor of this state, of this black community, to do what is right to their.
Afolabi, Saeed don't beat me today. That's the most brilliant argument I've heard. It's up to their local government to fight for them. Wouldn't you agree, Afolabi? And you know what that means? It means that the black mayors and the black leaders and stuff, they are fucked up because they take money from AIPAC, from Israel, and they don't address
Chicago. Black people. They are polarized along party lines. Some are for Democrat ideals, some are for Republican ideals. So that's where the problem is. Even though they are blacks, everybody is one way or the other supporting.
But Afolabi, he had a good point. He had a good point. Before we attack the president, we have to attack our local governments where black people live, who aren't even demanding. The black local government needs to go to Biden, to Trump, and say, this is what we want. You now put police in our neighborhoods to arrest drug dealers. Thank you. But now what is the government going to do to produce jobs for the black men? Go on, Saeed. Thank you. Yeah.
I can give you an example. Take, for instance, the January 6th riot that happened. That you know Trump asked Pelosi that I want to provide you National Guard, 10,000 National Guard, to make sure that everything is in place. A lot of people is coming to protest.
She said no, thank you.
She refuses it. So that is what I'm trying to
say. Sorry
to
cut in front of you. When Chicago had 1,000 murders a year, Trump insulted their mayor, the black woman. He said, "You people, you don't have You can't control. But anyway, Sha, I'll send you troops to protect yourselves. She also said no to Trump. Can you? I follow me. You
That is
see, I
that is
follow me.
what
You
I'm
see the
trying to
bullshit
say.
they
Like,
do.
he will
I
give
follow
you
me.
what you need to succeed.
Yeah,
It is
I
not there
follow
for
me. You
you
see the
to do
bullshit they
it.
do. The black person didn't. Trump insulted the black person. He said, "You can't control your city, but I'll give you policemen to control it." She said, "No, I don't want it." So she cut off her nose to spite her face. You see what I'm talking about,
Sure,
Afolabi?
sure, sure,
Yeah,
sure, sure. That's the
yeah,
kind of person Kamala Harris too is.
yeah. So my thing is that they don't want Trump to help them solve the problem because they don't want to give him credit. Get back to your point, Saeed.
Exactly.
Very good
Exactly.
point,
That is
Saeed. Very
what's
good
going
point.
on.
Yeah, that's what's going
Exactly.
on.
So they
Yeah.
are just playing politics with the lives of their black communities
Okay,
members.
so let's move
So
on.
you
So,
can't
Saeed,
blame
what was the other
Trump for
topics? What
that.
are the other topics we're supposed to talk about today? We're supposed to cover
Yeah.
Israel, wherever that thing.
About Trump pardoning J6
Okay, yeah. So let's
protesters.
go to that quickly. 5 minutes. Let's go to that. Yeah, talk about that. Give us the introduction on it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think to me, there's a lot of debate going on that. Probably should Trump pardon every JC's protester that is already in jail. I happen to be among those that is saying that Trump should pardon every one of them, because
Yes,
assuming
yes,
he
yes,
give
yes. Yeah.
all of these protesters that went there, they went there because of they believe in Trump and they believe that 2020 election is stolen. So it's not as if they just randomly stormed the Capitol or
Yeah.
something. They
So
went
say
there on the purpose
say
that
it's
come
clear.
and
It's
defend.
clear that that election was stolen. Here's how it was stolen. Because of COVID, people didn't have to go and vote. They could send in mail votes. And that's how the
Exactly.
Democrats won. Second of all, even if there was no Mago Mago, that J6, January 6th was
There is
entrapment.
Bakumago now.
Yeah, there was not.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Some
Okay,
record is coming out from
Said,
Pennsylvania now that a
also
lot of
Said,
ballots bust or
there
something.
were
Yeah.
FBI agents amongst the January 6th people who
That is
incited.
confirmed.
No, there were FBI
Yeah,
agents
they incited the
who
crowd.
they incited it to go to the level of breaking the law. So that in America and in the
Yeah,
world, in Nigeria, they call that entrapment. They entrapped people.
yeah,
They entrap people. It's
yeah.
like me coming to your fellow base and saying, I hate Donald Trump. Let's go and kill him. And I'm working for the government. You understand what I'm saying? I incited you.
Yeah,
If I didn't tell you that, you wouldn't do it. So they incite. Second of all, it's his
doing it.
own
Yeah,
prerogative.
exactly.
Biden, it's his own prerogative as president. Biden pardoned his son for corruption. Also, here's a story you guys may not know. Biden pardoned a judge who was getting money to put more black people in jail for crimes. So every time he found a black person guilty, the jail companies will give him money because now they make money because they get free labor from black people. Biden Biden pardoned those guys. You get what I'm saying, Afalabi? It's
I
like you're a
understand.
judge. You're a judge, but you also have a contract with the prisons because the prisons make money off. And they said they're not telling you that you should prosecute people illegally. What they tell you is that the more people that you find guilty, the more money you get because they'll come to our jail. You see what I'm saying? So to me, we shouldn't question what Trump does. Rich people do that. If I become rich and become president, I will pardon my son, even though I'm wrong. That's just what it means to be human. What do you think, Afolabi? Yeah, yeah.
I agree with you, and it's just part of humanity. And most of these people that we're talking about the J6 issue, they did this because of conviction. They had a strong conviction that it was for a just
Yeah,
cause.
yeah.
So if you punish them, you are punishing them because they are like punishing them because what they believe in is being eroded. They saw this as
Although I'm gonna check you. I do think that some of them need to be charged for illegally attacking that house, but it should just be
I
like
agree with you, but
a year in jail, a year in jail, no more.
it's a
Yeah, yeah,
strong conviction that is a just cause. Yes, the
yeah,
rascality should not be tolerated, but they believe in
yeah.
a strong cause. And
You know what they should do? I feel like they should cane them,
and most
cane
of
them,
Trump and
and tell them to go home.
most of Trump supporters are like that. They may not rationally analyze why they're supporting Trump, but they believe in him and they believe in his policies.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
believe in Trump, but I believe that Trump, I don't believe he's a good or bad person. I believe he's a businessman and he's also a leader. And so he'll do what is going to make his name ring out. And what's going to make his name
And
ring out
that's why I
is to
like
have
him.
a
And
presidency
that's,
with no problems.
and that's why I
Go
like
ahead.
him, because as a businessman, he will always do policies that support frugality,
And
altruism,
we all know that
and
if
will
you're a
grow
businessman, you
economy.
don't want violence. You don't want violence.
Very, very frugal. he will
Of
always
course, why
policies
not
that
the
help
battle?
For example, Putin is a businessman. If there's war in the Middle East, then nobody will be buying Russian bread. So let's have peace so
people.
they can buy my bread. Same thing
So
with Trump. Let's have peace so you can buy my building. You
yeah,
understand? I'm serious. It's
yeah,
common sense.
yeah,
So
Even,
sure.
you know, what are your thoughts, Fabi? Any whatever topics have we missed today? Yeah, I think we've covered everything.
So just basically this ban of TikTok, I find it a
Oh
little,
yes, TikTok. We almost forgot. I'll show no day for TikTok now. Oh no.
but
Go ahead. Don't worry. It's gonna
I
change. It's
think
gonna
the
change soon.
main
Go
reason
ahead. Yeah.
is because of
Yeah.
national security.
Yeah.
China,
That's
TikTok,
what they say.
yes, TikTok is owned by a Chinese company called ByteDance. So the
Yeah.
proponents of the ban argue that Chinese government could access user data for espionage or propaganda against the US. I guess that's why they want to ban TikTok. But
Yeah.
TikTok is popular among social media users, of which the youth is a large proportion of the people that use TikTok. I wouldn't know how America will be able to ban that kind of platform.
Okay. Okay. So here's the thing. So I tried to go on TikTok today and they said it's closed. But here's what they said. They said thankfully Trump has said that he's coming to an agreement which will make everybody happy.
yep.
Once again,
Yeah,
and
because
here's what Trump is doing.
I was
Trump is
about to even
smart.
say that.
Trump is smart. What Trump is saying is that most TikTok followers are Americans. And basically, what he's doing is saying that China has to sell some of its shares to American companies if they want TikTok to come. And China will do it. China will do it. China is now crying because they don't have Biden who lets them do whatever they want. Now Trump is
Exactly.
fighting China, but now he's doing a compromise. TikTok will be partially owned by Americans so that Trump's boys and Americans can also make money from it. And China would do it because China doesn't want to lose American followers. What do you think, Saeed? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so about even saying that, like few hours ago, he sent a message on his Truth social media network that he is going to facilitate or even trying to convince uh, TikTok to sell at least 50% of their shares to American owners so
Yeah.
that it
I
can
always
be
say,
like, you know,
Saeed, this
50-50,
is what
which
I'm
is
trying to
very
say.
reasonable.
Saeed, this is what I'm trying to say. Trump has always, he shook hands with Kim Jong-il from Korea. He even though Russia and America are enemies, he shook hands with Putin. And he said that I'm not going to fight Putin. Once I come into office, this war is over. And he's even made peace with Israel. And so what I'm trying to say is that Putin,
That statement that he's not going to fight Putin, that is what Democrats don't like. They
yeah,
just
but I
automatically
like
they
it. You know
want,
why I like
you know,
it?
like
You know,
fight
Kool-Aid,
Russia for what?
Afalabi. Let's say
Yeah,
you tell your son, you tell your son, hey, oh boy, gangsters live next door. I'm not going to fight them. Your son will say, thank you, daddy. You understand?
of course.
Because here's the thing, in this world, one thing I learned is that you don't fight your enemies. You keep them away from you, and you find ways. For example, back in the day in Africa and in Europe, if there were two warring countries, they will make their son and daughter get married so they won't fight each other because they know if they. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I
So
understand.
like
Yeah,
maybe the regent of Ikogosi should go and marry Igwe. Now Igwe and Yoruba guys can't fight each other because we don't want fights. We
Yeah,
want to compromise. You
yeah.
understand what I'm saying? Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but
Okay.
the Democrats they want to fight because they want to sell weapons. They want like they want to profit from it. So I think it's crystal clear now that we all know that it's Democrats who are warmongers. They just want they want war almost in every
That's what
continent
they
so
want.
that they can
Yeah.
now so that they can be trading their weapons or whatever.
Yeah,
Like it
and it's
doesn't make
clear,
sense.
and that's not what Biden. I'm not saying Trump. Trump is not a good person. He's a businessman. He doesn't want
Yeah,
war.
he's a businessman.
So
It's
here's the
business.
difference.
Business is business.
So here's the difference. The Democrats want business through war. That's not real business. Trump wants business uh, through what's
Economy,
it? Economy.
economy,
Yeah, but
policy.
that's through
Yeah,
through farming, through mining, and also through real estate. You can't have
yeah.
real estate if you have war. And I promise you, you know this is true. Saeed, Trump is gonna make money off of the rebuilding of Palestine. You understand what I'm
Of
saying?
course.
They're gonna rebuild Palestine, and Trump will give the contracts. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's good or bad, but that's what's gonna happen. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
of course.
this guy was
Because
supposed to join us, but I think he might still try to join. Lorato, how much time do we have left, Afalabi? Yeah.
less than 4 minutes.
Oh yeah, we're done. Take us out, Afalabi. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, it's been another wonderful Trump show. We've
Oh,
been
before we do that, any last thoughts, Saeed? Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I want to use this opportunity to wish my fellow Magarians, or should I call us Maga?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like on the inauguration of Trump tomorrow, I think you guys are, let me not lie to you, man. A lot of Americans will start to see changes. A lot of Americans will start seeing the respect you guys, a lot of outside countries we normally give to you guys before. Now we're going to be respecting you guys more now. Your military is going to like come back to the,
Yeah.
the strong and physically strong ways you normally use. So I think you guys are going to be great again. It's not as if I'm
Yeah.
just
And here's
because
the
I'm a
thing.
Trump supporter.
Here's the thing.
These guys are going
The
to be
world
great.
needs a strong America, but they need an America which is not fighting the world.
Yeah.
But they can fight
Yeah,
small. So we all know Trump is not looking out for Nigeria. He's looking out for America. But he knows that to look out for America,
of
he
course.
has to
That's why
cooperate with
he said make America great again. It's
Nigeria and
America
other
first.
countries.
It's
Yeah.
America first.
America first. But
I,
America first
I
doesn't
think, and
mean
I think that's what I think that's what the majority of presidents should be doing. Take your
yeah.
country first.
But
Have your country's citizen priority first.
but here's the thing: giving money to Ukraine to fight Russia and giving money to Israel to kill Palestinians, it's not helping. It's not putting America first either. It's putting the world last. The world last.
Yeah.
Last thoughts, Afalabi. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, basically, well, it's on this TikTok thing. I feel they should try and reach a compromise that does not necessarily
They will. They
tilt
will.
any
No, it's
side.
coming. Don't worry, it'll come by tomorrow or
TikTok
next
is
day.
one of my favorite social media
Yeah.
platforms.
No, he already said on day one he's going to do something about it.
Yeah, because Afalabi, if TikTok falls, all the rich men in the world will die, will lose money.
Yeah,
Everybody,
absolutely.
Russia, China,
Even
America.
Elon Musk tweeted about it that he doesn't want TikTok to go. That
No,
fine, if
it was,
TikTok get banned in America, he's going to favor him. You know, a lot of traffic is still going to be on his
but he still wants it to stay because we have to have free
but
market.
he doesn't
We have
want it.
we
On
have
the
to
no,
have free
yes
market.
now.
Free market. Oh yeah, so
Yeah.
thank you, Afalabi. Last words of Afalabi. Yeah.
Okay, so there should be free speech and there should be economic growth, but not at the compromise of safeguarding national security. So they should reach
Yes.
a
Yes.
compromise. They should reach a compromise. And it's on that note that we round up our political show for Donald Trump today.
Okay, thank you guys. This was a great show. This one
Yeah.
is serious show. This one is like Suya, goat ram Suya.
Yes. So from
All right.
Mustafa, from myself and Said, you guys have a wonderful day.
Okay, you guys, I'm gonna cut it.